Right guys, so it's Callaway Big Bertha double black diamond time. This is the new 815 version of the driver with its boxing glove head cover. I've done the 815 Alpha 815 before, so you can check out the channel for that, or the link up here in the corner. Interesting results. I'm expecting better results with this one. I'm expecting, for me in my game, I think this might produce some better results. So the double black diamond, in its simplest terms, the better player's golf club, less forgiving, can offer even lower spin. From the story about the double black diamond, apparently it's a skiing context. So the harder the slope, you get into the double black diamonds. It's a much smaller head compared to the 815, the normal version, the Alpha. Still got the ribbed along the bottom. So how they've changed this driver, it's still got the gravity core in the middle. That can be moved to the top and the bottom of the driver, depending on what spin you want. It's then got 4 ribs along the bottom and 5 along the top to help the club face flex slightly, to help generate fast ball speed. So it's producing low spin, fast ball speed. What can go wrong? I'm going to change the gravity core halfway through this video as well to see if there's any difference in change. I've got it on GC2, hitting real golf balls with the simulator software as well, so you can see that. In hitting this one, in testing, this one's performed better than for me, it's performed better than the Alpha version. So we're going to see what the double black diamond does. I don't think it's going to suit everyone just because it's that slightly smaller head. Right, let's go. I've currently got this in the position where the weight is at the top of the head. So the gravity core is up at the top. What I love about this new one is you can actually see. You can actually see what the gravity core is doing. They've kept a little hole in the screw-in nut. I've got this now because the centre of gravity is so high. I've increased the loft. So I've gone to 11 degrees of loft in this driver. When I was testing it, I reckon I would have to lower that when the centre of gravity goes low. Changeable weights in the toe and the heel, but I've stuck them at the same. So that's 1 on the toe and 5 on the heel. So that is all good. Right, looks wise behind the golf ball, it's a definite different look compared to the Alpha. It's not got the traditional Callaway symbol for alignment. It's definitely smaller. It's very, very deep compared to, again, the old Alpha as well, the one that they only just brought out this year. The old Alpha, it is much deeper than that, so you can actually move the centre of gravity higher and lower in the club head as well because of that fact. It comes in 12 shafts as standard, so no upgrade in the shafts. I've got the Adela Rogue shaft in this, the stiff flex. Let's give it a whack. Oh, that felt good. That felt really, really nice off the face. I'm expecting in the 270s, maybe even reaching 280s. Yeah, there we go. So I've hit that 271 carry. The ball speed was hot, 161 miles per hour. The backspin rate still 2,800. Not super, super, super low. Hopefully that might change over the next few shots. I would expect that to be a little bit lower. You know, we're aiming to maximise distance. We would like to see that nearer to 2,000 with some nice loft. So 11 degrees, centre of gravity at the top, you'd expect a little bit lower than that. For me, felt like a really nice feel off the club, but I could understand why this one might be a slightly harder to hit just because of the size of the head. Right, let's go for another one. Oh, ball flight wise, I love that. High, floating, it feels off the face low spinning. You know, it sounds a daft thing that, but you can tell when you've hit 275, a vast improvement to distance for me over the other drivers. So it just shows, guys, these drivers, they do have a market. You've got your forgiving one that potentially doesn't offer quite as low a spin. That was 2,500 spin then for this driver. I like that a lot, and it feels phenomenal. You know, off the face, it has that really good, strong feel. And I mean, you can't feel it flex. You can't. It happens too quick. But with the ribs at the bottom, ribs at the top, it does offer a little bit of flex as well. Right, let's go again. Let's see if we can get up there at 280. I think we can. I think we can with this driver. That felt amazing. That felt real. Honestly, this driver is definitely the one that, yeah, there we go. Over the 300 total mark, 283 carry distance. It absolutely, 2,600 spin again. I think it'd be interesting. I would expect that to be lower. Right, just for experiment purposes, I think that suits me the best, but I'm going to lower the loft. I'm going to switch the weight around and see what actually happens on the other side of the gravity core. It's currently averaging at 276 for 296 total distance. So we'll see how it changes when we switch those things around. Right guys, so weight switch round. So I'm now center of gravity low. I've decreased the loft, so I've gone to 10 degrees. So I can go 2 degrees up, or I could go 1 degree down. So I've gone 1 degree up, and everything else the same. So visually from here now, nothing is different, absolutely nothing at all. And let's see what the spin rate's now. I would predict slightly higher spin rate than the 2,600, and I would predict probably slightly less distance in this setting for me. But there is a market for it. It could suit someone. Felt nice off the face. I mean, this does feel good. You know, as a club, yeah, distance-wise is way down. Just because I've changed the weighting round, that's unbelievable. Let's see what the spin rate was. Oh my goodness, 3,700. Just because I changed the weight round, and that was a good hit. So it just shows the difference of that gravity core, can make a huge chunk of difference. I can't believe how much of a difference, I'll be honest. Let's just make sure that wasn't just one shot. That felt just as good as the other shots. Probably didn't feel quite as low as spinning. That's more like the distance I was expecting. Yeah, maybe that first one wasn't quite as good as it could have been. Still not reached the 200 mark, but 2,600 spin. So yeah, I reckon that's just a little bit higher than what we'd like it to be. More similar to when the gravity core was the other way around, to be fair. But if you were to test this over the averages, the gravity core, the spin rate would be much, much higher. It's a little bit left that time, but felt great off the face. Really did. You can definitely generate some club head speed with this club. Yeah, still not quite traveling the same amount of distance. So there is a difference. When we switch that weight around, 2.2 actually, that was great spin. But still don't travel quite as far. When you do change this weight around, it does make a small difference, but maybe not as much as they could be doing. Whether you could get a heavier weight in there, change it even more significantly. That felt one of the nicest I've hit. So that'll be an interesting one. That felt really good. But the spin, oh, it's gone nowhere because of the spin. Let's see what the numbers are on the actual spin rates there, because that felt good solid hit. 3,006. So whether I'm not used to it being at the bottom, potentially, whether I'm not suited to that loft, because I'm now normally hitting much more loft than this, the gravity core does play a difference, does play a part in its spin rate. I don't feel like it is as much as it could do, so whether there is an upgraded version where you can get even more spin rate. But this double diamond, definitely out of the two, would be the one that I'm choosing personally. But that's only because it spins low, and I'm not too worried about how accurately off the middle of the face I can hit it. Where the other one offers much bigger real estate behind the golf ball, much bigger face, and will probably be suited to a much larger audience. So guys, if you're going to be testing these, have a look at which kind of range you're in. You know, if you're higher, to going down into the mid-teen handicappers, get onto the normal Big Bertha Alpha 815. Go and test that one first. If the numbers aren't quite as good on that, maybe worth trying a double diamond. Then if you're in that kind of low teen handicap, coming into your single figure handicaps and lower into tour players, and you're not too worried about the forgiveness level, definitely get hold of the double diamond and give that a go. Test it with a club fitter about the gravity core, where the weight should be, where the loft should be, and to see how you can maximize all these little singing and dancing tools in this driver. I'm sure I've still not even scraped the surface of how I could maximize this driver just yet. Guys, thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. Do subscribe by clicking the link down below. Let us know what you think about Callaway's driver dominance at the moment, let's say, or Callaway's craziness of bringing drivers out at the moment, let's say, and let us know what you think. Guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you all soon.